What's going on there, YouTube? Cecil022 representing JVS. This is my review for episode 9, The Gate, the season finale of season 2. Before I even, give my number and my review and dissection of this episode, I will say this. This is one of the best series this year. The second season of Stranger Things 2 is not just as good, if not better, than season 1. I'll say that off the bat. Like, everything from the stakes to the material and like how they're able to bring me back, immerse me into this, but make me care about these characters even deeper. Even with their mistakes and the transgressions, I feel like characters like Dustin that made so many mistakes in this series, I still care and love him just as much, if not more. Even this episode, it's like these things that were happening. Even with Steve, like last season, I felt like Steve was like, man, he's this jerk. I don't care about Steve. This season made me care about Steve. Even this episode, like when he was sitting there trying to defend these kids and like adhere to their protection, but at the same time listening to them, then like putting his life in jeopardy, as well as like trying to defend, Lucas from the crazy Max's brother. And it's like, I understand why Max's brother is like that, but it's just like, dude, like, I was worried. I was worried in that scene. The scene with Will and his mom, like his mom putting her life on the line, and Nancy and Jonathan, it's this unspoken thing, and it's just like every question that was in season 1 got answered in season 2. Every single question, which is great. The only thing about this finale that it kind of makes me feel, I don't know, like the first season had this huge lingering questions like, okay, now we know Will is affected by this. Now we know that Eleven is dead, or is she not? Why would Hopper leave those things? I didn't get that with this one. I had more like just closure. Kind of like how Gotham ended their last season before this one. I felt like, man, this could be the end. They don't have to do any more. There was something towards the very end that kind of just like, okay, this is an unresolved situation. But it kind of just felt like this well-rounded like circle. Like it went full circle from the first episode of the first season to here, and it's just like, okay, this is it. But there are other pieces to the puzzle, specifically with 11, specifically with, the entity. And it's just like, I feel like what's going to be the next season, if there is going to be another season, I'm pretty sure, based on just how many people have watched this, is, how many people were experimented on. The fact that the doctor supposedly is still alive. Those kind of lingering questions, they weren't left in the season finale. So it was like, that was a question for episode 7 and 8 kind of thing. It's like, okay, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. So if you weren't paying attention, you'll lose that nuance. But it was still a really good episode. And like, even with the breach, I was just like, oh my gosh, what is legit about to happen? So with 11's powers expanded and grown, it's just like, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with the third season, but I feel like it's going to have to revolve around the different numbered, people, or powered people. And the fact that supposedly this guy is still alive. It has to be more than just, this thing out there, because there's more stakes there. So we'll see what ends up happening. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. Keep it locked. JVS ain't gonna stop. Oh, by the way, I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. So I'm gonna give you guys a full rounded review with me and my wife. Hopefully you enjoy that a little bit later on. Keep it locked. JVS ain't gonna stop. Peace, guys.